Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the rest of the month, February 22nd to the 28th. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we are not going to jump right in. We're going to casually stroll in, okay? Because I want to officially welcome you to the new era. All right? There's cake. There's chicken wings, whatever you want. It's all here. It's all here. It's all here. Whatever you like, this is your new era. I want you to take a look around. I want you to get comfortable. You made it through what I've been calling the Y2K of the 21st century. And unlike the actual Y2K, which was a little underwhelming, this is the real deal. All right? The Great Reset. You're already adjusting to it. Yeah, it all happened last week. The eclipse last week, all of it, right? And so you are, you're acclimating to the old world that's crumbling right before your eyes. You're entering this new world, brand new world with the rest of the collective. And yes, you are still riding the wave of everything that happened last week. All those major events, including the Saturn-Neptune conjunction on the world axis. And this week could feel like everything, everywhere, all at once. What's real? What's not real? That's part of the package. That's part of the package, okay? With Saturn and Neptune, etc. But it's part of this great shift. Yeah? 3D to 4D. Yeah, we're here. This is that moment in time. And remember, this is just the beginning. This is a whole process that we're going through. And if you notice that time is speeding up, consciousness expanding, then you are right where you need to be. And I talk about that a lot more in my last live stream. I'll leave it at the end of this video. You're welcome. Virgo, you crack me up. Listen, everyone is waking up. Yeah? Hence the Great Awakening. As you leave your old structures, old ways of thinking, all of that. Remember, out with the old, in with the new, and now you get to choose your new timeline, okay? In this new era where there is no veil. It's thinned, it's evaporated. And so this is going to be a really, really big week. Secretly, it's one of the most important weeks for you of the year, okay? It is a week of karma, a week of change, a week of miracles. There are a lot of y'all got a lot of changes with work, with a lot of you, your daily routines, your lifestyle, a lot of that's been happening. But, as I explained, as we move into this new era, there's got to be a little bit of turbulence. So remember to wax on, wax off, practice patience. You create your reality. Life is what you make it, as long as you commit to the future you, the best version of yourself on your path to enlightenment in this new world. And here's the thing, almost every day this week, you get like a nice little gift bag from Marshall's sponsoring this week. JK, my mom loves Marshalls, and she's a Virgo. Y'all know that. But yes, a little bit of a karmic reward. Now, I dropped these forecasts a few days before the week actually began. So a lot of y'all, if you're watching this before, you may be approaching Sunday, February 22nd, with Venus in Pisces, trine Jupiter in Cancer, 15 degrees. I didn't include it in your last week's forecast because there was just so much going on there. But this is really big, and you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this as you move into the week. Even on Monday, this is a big deal. I think this is one of your best aspects of the year too, okay? This is the luckiest day of the month. It's also one of the best days of the year. Okay, you've got the two benefic planets exalted. And Jupiter, who rules Pisces, is at his degree of exaltation. I talked about that last week. You're really going to feel this. And trines, they bring this harmonious flow. They are the nature of Jupiter. So what's going to happen for you? Well, first, you are going to feel this huge surge of optimism. Yeah? Especially when it comes to relationships, partnerships. There may be a contract that you're signing love, marriage. This is all your seventh house, okay? You have Venus there. Venus, the planet of love, okay? In your seventh house of love and marriage and relationships. If you're not here for that, it can be business, it can be work. And then Jupiter, exalted in Cancer, in your 11th house of your future hopes and long-term goals and dreams, and also, you know, your squad, your friendships, groups you belong to, organizations. You may even start one of your own. You may join one, but this is really great. It's very auspicious. This aspect, it fosters a lot of emotional growth, spiritual growth, and it's Jupiter who expands, right? So this can increase your finances. Yeah, where you got Venus, a planet of love and money, and Pisces in your seventh house. It can bring good news and luck and diplomacy, abundance, especially again in relationships, money, creative projects, and business. Definitely home and family. Yeah, there's a lot of energy here. Even real estate. Maybe even new roommates for some of y'all. Looks like a third marriage for some of y'all. But it looks really great. Okay, and it is very spiritual. It's like you're at one with everything. Okay, that's the vibe. It's very big hearted. You might pay it forward. This is a great day to treat yourself, though. All right, to have a spa day. Go get your haircut. Go get a bob. Venus is beauty, right? Go to Saks or something. Venus is luxury. Shopping. Have some French fries. Treat yourself. Yep. And it is Pisces and Cancer, two water signs. So yeah, literally take a bubble bath or hop in a jacuzzi in the river. As you know, water heals. And we do not have this aspect again until next year. But what makes this really unique that I didn't tell you in your monthly forecast is that this is Venus exalted in Pisces, trine Jupiter exalted in Cancer. The last time that happened was 12 years ago. So we have not seen this in 12 years. And what makes it even more transcendent is the fact that the moon is going to be in Taurus this day. So the moon is exalted in Taurus, and you will have a sextile to both, Venus and Jupiter. So you have a triple exaltation, a mini grand trine. It's bananas, okay? We'll talk about it more in the bonus spread, where we talk about lunations and asteroids, planetoids. And if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon, or for your husband, Rick, or for your boss, your sister, your business partner, it doesn't matter. It's got to be the water signs. I feel this the most. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 13 to 17 degrees in any of those signs, oh wow, well, those planets are going to be aspected. You would feel it the most. Now, on the same day, you see Mars in Aquarius will sextile Chiron in Aries, 24 degrees. It's the last one. Okay, the last sextile to Chiron. There's something here. Because remember, we had this will be the fourth one, yeah, and it's where your work. It's like the healing that you're doing, the old wounds, like Chiron being the wounded healer, and so a lot of healing. But remember that time you told your mom there were monsters in your closet, so she locked you in there for about 3 days. You haven't gone into a closet since. This is the day you not only go into the closet, you do the Macarena. Like that's the same. Okay, this is not messing around. It's Mars. This is no pain, no gain. This is you taking action that repairs. Okay, self-heal. Mars gives you the courage to transform any old wounds into power. So you're going to find the strength with healing, ripping off the Band-Aid. Okay, and again, a lot of this is going to have to do with your identity, leadership, as well as the way that you see relationships, maybe the current relationships that you're in. It can be love, it can be business, possibly like investing for your future. Money matters here, as well as work, um, your relationship with colleagues, employees, things like that. Okay, this is definitely standing up for yourself and others. Yeah, and helping and guiding others too. I mean, Aquarius is humanity, the humanitarian, but also freedom. So there's something here where you're freeing yourself. And then on Tuesday, oh, yeah, okay, so February 24th, not on the whiteboard, we do have a first quarter moon and Gemini. We'll talk about that in the second spread. If you are here for a career, you may be adjusting your narrative. Now, Thursday, February 26th, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, 22 degrees. This is your ruler, Virgo. This is your ruler. And this retrograde is long, okay? It's pretty much all of March. All right. And by the way, all the Mercury retrogrades this year, all water signs. All right. So little it's feelings, emotions. We'll talk about it. But here's the thing. As you know, Mercury doesn't do well in Pisces. Mercury's detriment in Pisces. And so your ruler, Mercury, the planet of communication, the messenger, thinking, logic, all of that. Clarity may be a little bit foggy. Things may be a little bit confusing, okay? Like, the very first episode of Game of Thrones. Yeah. So here's the thing. This is Mercury retrograde with a stellium of planets in Pisces. And Pisces is very spiritual. Pisces is the subconscious. Yeah. This is happening while Saturn is still conjunct Neptune. And so that brings that element of like, what's real? What's fantasy? What's going on? All right. So things may be a little bit confusing. Almost nothing will make sense until March. Especially with relationships and partnerships. There may be a little bit of like question marks over your head for a little bit. Pisces Pisces is your opposite sign. So, love, marriage, business partners, just think commitments. It can be personal relationships too. Okay. You might also question reality. Yeah. Your faith, self-belief, especially anything with the relationships, contracts and agreements as well. You know about signing contracts during Mercury retrograde, so we don't even have to go there, but just letting you know, the benefit of this is that you get to delve into your subconscious. This is a good time to meditate, to pay attention to your dreams, to know thyself. Yep. Your intuition is going to be like a superpower. It's going to be mighty. That's a Pisces energy. And again, very spiritual. So you are going to be doing a lot of like proactive reflecting, but also seeking the meaningful, the big picture, things like that. This is definitely going to get you through if you're trusting your intuition, working on your intuition, your chakras, everything. This is going to get you through all the typical retrograde delays and tech disruptions and miscommunication, all of that. Yeah. But your emotions are definitely going to be heightened. So let's not flip any tables, because this is going to be a messy Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is your ruler. And so just letting you know, I'm just putting it out there. Mercury just happens to not do well in Pisces, but again, happening at the same time where you just went through the Great Reset, and Saturn and Neptune can, blur things too. All right. This is a time where you're meant to re-examine things, review, revise, all the rewords. Okay. Everything that has to do with, again, relationships, love, marriage, commitments, contracts. And here's the other thing, because Saturn and Neptune, they just left Pisces, right? They're now in Aries. This retrograde, it is like a blessing in disguise. You get to wrap up this chapter in your life. So it's sort of like a review of the past 2 years when it comes to relationships and commitments. Okay? As you know, retrogrades do bring the past to you as well. Remember the words, yeah? Reunion, reminisce, rekindle. And so a lot of familiar faces from your past will start coming up. Okay? You're going to be reconnecting. Yeah? Another word. Can be former lovers, bosses, projects, colleagues, fellow, like maybe employees or even family members. But yeah, even circumstances from the past. Retrogrades are when you fix things, okay? And it's in Pisces, so there is an element of forgive and forget, surrendering to make peace with the past. Yeah, okay? Remember, you can't bring all that into this new world. And it will be the mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and you, that feel this Mercury retrograde the most. And if you have any combination of those 4 signs as part of your top 3, your sun, moon, or rising, you're going to feel it even more. And if you have any planets 19 to 25 degrees in any of those signs, especially Pisces, well, I wish you the best. Virgo, you're really good at analyzing, right? Research, all of that. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Friday, February 27th, we have the sun conjunct the North Node in Pisces, 9 degrees. And yeah, Mars square Uranus as well, 27 degrees. So this is why I say this week is really all about you. And it's going to be one of the most important weeks for you, Virgo, out of all the signs. Because all month, all of February, the North Node has been giving you signs. There should have been some movement, activity, emphasis on your 7th house. Okay? Again, commitments and relationships and partnerships, contracts. And now you have the North Node conjunct the sun. The sun is your purpose, life purpose, right? As the North Node too. And so there you've got this miraculous alignment that's happening. And it's happening in Pisces, which is so spiritual. You might be getting these downloads this day. You might know, you might hear your calling. You might feel something like deep in your soul. Okay? Again, something with relationships and contracts. That's honestly like you're moving into Pisces. You're in Pisces season, but when you move into March, there's going to be a lot more aspects. And so, like, if you're single, whoa, this is like fated paths intersecting, right? Now, with Mercury retrograde, you might also be thinking of past events, especially around March 17th, 2025. There could have been something around there. Or you could even go way back to March 7th, 2007. Remember, everything is cyclical. This is a 19-year cycle. So think about what happened for you back then. Okay? 7th house matters. Any breakthrough that you had, any new relationships, fated relationships, or contracts, because that time we had a triple conjunction with the sun, the North Node, and Uranus in Pisces. So there could have been a breakthrough. There could have been, some unexpected, truly unexpected event. And I bring that up for 2 reasons. 1, it's a cycle. Yeah. 2, Uranus he's come out to play this time around too, but in a different way. He's being a little naughty. All right. So Mars is in Aquarius, and Mars, the god warrior, in the sign of the future, but also the rebel, really, it's a square. Okay. So he's ready to, West Side Story with Uranus, the agent of chaos. and breakdowns. The great disruptor. Aquarius is ruler. So just be very mindful this day, because yes, you can have your fated breakthrough, your spiritual revolution, evolution. But while that's happening with relationships and partnerships, there may be a little bit of bear pokey energy, okay, with Mars square Uranus and Taurus. And Mars is going to be a little bit aggressive here. So stay frosty, be cool. You don't want to go down your, path to enlightenment wearing an ankle monitor. You're going to be fine. Now, you've got Mars and Aquarius in your 6th, and then you have Uranus and Taurus in your 9th. So it looks like for a lot of y'all, it's going to be maybe not seeing eye to eye in the workplace. There also may be something with health matters. There may also be something with money and finances, okay? There may be something that really changes the way that you see something with your 9th house activated. Uranus and Taurus, that is your 9th. There may be something here with legal matters, the law, and again, maybe something with contracts, even travel. So be very mindful, or even like relationship, communication, or just something happening with people in faraway places. 9th houses, foreign cultures, foreign lands. Yeah. All right. So you're going to be fine. Mars square Uranus is the most challenging aspect of this month. And as I said in my last live stream, back up any data, anything that you need that's important on an external hard drive. Yep. I did. Okay. Why not? Right? Why not? Because Aquarius and Uranus rule technology, as does Mercury. Mercury being the lower octave of Uranus, and he's retrograde. And you already know about like what is possible with Mercury retrograde. So keep that in mind. You're going through some really big transformations this week. I mean, Saturn and Neptune, yeah, you're acclimating to that in your new world. At this point, they've moved on to 1 degree. So there's some initiation here. There's some activity. There's movement as part of your transformation. They rule your 8th house, which is death and rebirth. It's transformation. It's regeneration. There's this new you emerging. 8th house is also, wealth building. It's relationship building. So do you see how it's a really big emphasis on you, relationships? You may question a lot of the relationships that you're in. You may have some surprise moments. Yeah, 8th house is also intimacy. And so remember, 8th house gets really deep. And so you might even do some shadow work when it comes to your relationships. And like I said, shared resources. So inheritance, investments, royalties, commissions, taxes, loans, things like that. All right. The other thing is that, well, I'm going to tell you 2 things here. One, you are, well, let me see. Oh, did I not tell you? Okay. Well, here's the thing. We are going to have the moon in Leo over the weekend. I think that you're going to have, the moon's going to be in Cancer, like Thursday, Friday, but I think that's going to be really great for you. That's going to be really nice. But then I'm keeping my eye on the Leo moon because in theory, that's really fun. It's exciting. It's, you're tapping into your inner child, a lot of creative energy, a lot of family energy, love and romance. But the moon in Leo will be opposite Pluto in Aquarius. And that's the health axis for you. So just be very mindful. I'm not saying you just might spend some time thinking about improvement, like self-improvement, okay? But we will have a T-square with the moon in Leo, Mars in Aquarius, and Uranus in Taurus. And that's going to be Sunday night. So we'll talk about it in the second spread, but just channel this energy constructively. Use this day to surrender what no longer serves you well or anymore. Remember, out with the old, in with the new. Now, why is this such a big week for you? Is because the North Node is activated. Therefore, the South Node in your sign is activated as well. And so there will be some karmic release. Yeah? Big time. Because what's happening is you have this activation. And so there's a lot of things. It's like you are shedding skin, especially with your 8th house activated. You're turning into a new you. But 4 days from now, we will have the total lunar eclipse in your sign on March 3rd. Okay? And that's big. So it will be the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, that feel Mars square Uranus the most. If you have any planets 7 to 11 degrees in any of those signs, you're definitely going to feel it. And then the water signs are going to feel the North Node and the Sun activated the most. And again, that's, the North Node in Pisces, South Node's in your sign. So it's almost like there's changes you're making to accommodate this new direction in relationships, okay? Changes you're making within you. And then Saturday, February 28th, we have Mercury conjunct Venus in Pisces, 22 degrees. I really love this. I think that you're going to love this. It's a little bit more common than the other conjunctions. There are two inner planets, our two innermost planets. So it is, but also it's in Pisces. So remember, that's just very artsy. It's very spiritual. This is like, writing love letters and having heartfelt conversations, a lot of creative expression, very poetic, very romantic. Yeah. It's basically every storyline in Love Actually. That's what this is. And remember, none of them gave up. They were all like, nope, I'm gonna get this. All right. And it's also a really great day for like vision boards as well. And remember, Mercury is retrograde. So a lot of this is going to have to do with maybe there are people from your past that you're reconnecting with. And I would not discount money matters here for you as well. So Virgo, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for February 22nd. To the 28th. Well, we'll keep that as you get a little bonus. You get a little bonus in your new world. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Virgo, thank you. Virgo, y'all. Okay, let's do this. Virgo, how are y'all doing? I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. I love y'all. And yeah, it seems like a lot of y'all are changing jobs or maybe career. Maybe there may be some new career paths. Yeah. But you're still going through a big process of, internal change and a lot of growth. Okay, Virgo, let's get started. What? Just what? Okay, Virgo. Wow. Yeah, you're adapting to a lot of. There's got to be some changes. Okay, there's got to be some changes. Wow. And as you can see, it's got to be a very significant week for you. It's a big week. Like I said, secretly a really big week for you. All right. There is that build up to that lunar eclipse in your sign. It corresponds to what happened for you, right? Your birthday season, September. It was actually September 21st. Yeah. We have that new moon solar eclipse in your sign, 29 degrees. No, that wasn't. Okay, I was, remember you had that month with, anyway, okay, so, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. You have, well, you see what's happening here. You have all these courts and major, it's significant because you start off with the Ten of Swords, and this is good. This is great. Okay. I love it. This is the card of New Dawn. Oh, those dark clouds are actually clearing. Yeah. Sun's coming out. It's like the worst is over, right? But you went through a lot up here too, especially up here, especially with career and work. There was a lot of activity there, but family matters as well. But either way, okay, it's over. This is the old world. You see his hand gesture, okay? Same as a Hierophant. You have to go through experiences, challenges, makes you stronger, okay? You learn from those experiences, okay, to be more empowered. And so you never have to go through this again, all right? As long as you learn and use it to empower yourself, okay? That's what karma is. That's lessons learned. And otherwise you're just going to get, it's just going to keep repeating. So it could have been the hard way that you went through some experiences. And again, a lot of it may have been like, a lot of you are questioning your new paths. I think that a lot of things will make a little bit more sense when we do get to April. So, but for now, feel things out, go with the flow with the go, see how things go, but also be part of this reset, yeah, and be the change. Because it does look like you were carrying a lot. But look, you got the Knight of Wands in the heart of your spread. That's amazing. That's exactly what you need. This is someone who is just on a mission. He is ready to go. He is not holding back. This is someone who is he's inspired. He wants to transform his life. And all the Knights, they are on a mission. They have this drive. And this one, all about his passions. He's going after his passions. Okay? And so don't let anything stop you from going after your passions. A lot of work energy, career energy here as well. I mean, wands have the spirit of fire. So it's like fire under your feet, fire in your belly. Okay? You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. A lot of creative energy here too. I feel like this set you free. That's maybe, yeah, with that honk. I don't know if you heard it, but just go follow your bliss. You go do you. You deserve it all. I mean, you've got, what is it? February, March, April, May, June. About 4 more months with the South Node in your sign. And so remember, there's some flashpoints. February, big flashpoint this year. Okay? April, big flashpoint. July, huge flashpoint. And so by the time we get to the third flashpoint, wow, you're going to be a completely different person. All right? Now, you have the world in your challenge area. Have you resolved everything that you need to resolve? Remember, you can't move into this new era bringing everything. It's a clean slate. And everything that you're about to experience, it's got to be really transformative. You're not even going to recognize who you were in January. Okay? By the time you even get to the summer. Um, Actually, even March, when Jupiter goes direct, there's so many great things happening for you. And so we've got to resolve. We've got to resolve. We've got to, put pins in things, right? But the world is the end of the full journey, right? The hero's journey, but it's in your challenge area. So there's a feeling of you can only go as far as you can. Wait, I'm trying to say, what's that phrase? Anyway, it's just baggage. Let's just, again, right? So it's kind of like things from your past maybe coming up. We got to leave it in the past. All right. Unless you want to bring it with you. But you have to ask yourself, is this something that I want part of my journey moving forward? And when I say that, yes, parts of you, okay? Remember, this is a week of also like healing, self-healing, do like a lot of undoing. Even when we get to the weekend, when we do have the moon in Leo, that will be your 12th house. And so it is a good time to do a lot of exploration in the subconscious. That's what, Mercury retrograde in Pisces wants you to do anyway. You have the South Node in your sign moving up to the eclipse that's going to be happening in your sign, where that wants you to be a new you. That wants you to leave parts of you in the past. Parts of you that's just, the old you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, Tower in your crown. Yeah. Again, like I said, this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, while Saturn is conjunct Neptune, you're still riding the eclipse in Aquarius that was square Uranus, shaking up not only your, daily activities, but the way that you see things. A lot of things are changing, even like your philosophies. But I don't mind this because, again, there's something here that just needed to change. Yeah. The Tower moment doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It's in your crown. There could be something that you needed to see. And with the fact that you've got Mars in Aquarius, square Uranus and Taurus in your 9th house, again, just your belief system. All right. Maybe there's a new way of seeing something. That's what Uranus wants you to do, right? Shaking things up. And it might have to do with relationships, or how you view relationships, or how you view a, current relationship, or relationships in general. You see the couple falling out of the Tower here. You also have the Chariot and the Ritter spread. So it really does look like, well, are y'all traveling? A lot of y'all, yeah. Some of y'all may be planning some trips, thinking about traveling. There's also, with the Chariot and the Ritter spread, that's willpower. That's that strength that you've gained from all the self-healing, with all the, Chiron aspects this month, but also, even with Uranus and Taurus and your 9th, we've had 4 squares. And so, again, your 9th house, that's the house of the gods. It's your belief system. It's spirituality. It's your perspective on things. It's, broadening your horizons. It's education as well. Maybe, learning something new. Anyway, here's the thing. This is it, right? It's the last of it. Once we move into March, it's just sextiles, okay? And so harmonious aspects with Uranus. So more of those breakthroughs and innovation and great surprises. The Chariot is really great right here because you see all this movement. This is such an active week for you. And the Chariot, yeah, he's in control. It's all about mind over matter. It's you controlling these 2 sphinxes. And yes, there is a sense of mystery with this week, moving into the unknown. We've never experienced the aspects that we have, this new world, but you're still in control. All right. They're going opposite directions. Doesn't matter. Okay. You're in control. Remember that. Steering your ship, and then the moon in your future. So if you are a cross watcher, you will know that the moon and one other card it's pretty much every spread so far. The moon has been coming out. There's something you're going to have to face. There's something that even on this deep subconscious level, with Mercury, your ruler, and Pisces, the subconscious, over the weekend, you're going to have the moon in Leo, the moon, the subconscious, in Leo, your 12th house, the subconscious. There may be something you have to face. The moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces. So maybe something with relationships, maybe love, maybe marriage, maybe your relationship with a family member, with a best friend, or work related. Okay. But either way, it is just you and something blocking you here. I really think that there is something here where it's all part of this transformation for you. Look at this. I'm going to show you something. So you've got movement. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Chariot and the Tower down your cross, right? You have the Ten of Swords and the Moon on both sides. And so there is a sense of like, what did I learn? What do I have to learn? And so again, a lot of karmic energy here. And again, you have the South Node in your sign. And so when I say karmic energy, what is it that you have to release? What is it that you have to release? All right. There may be something here with the world where you may feel a little bit stuck. It's in your challenge area, right? So keep that in mind. You can keep moving forward, but things may just get a little bit heavier if there's no solution, or you know what I mean? Like, we got to work with that. Let's get to your stuff. Oh my gosh. Virgo, yeah, big time of transformation for you. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, share, hype, all that. But tell me what's going on. It's a big time for you. Yeah. You know, you are going to have here's the thing. There's so much focus when we get to March 2nd. I think it's March 2nd, right before the total lunar eclipse in your sign. Mars will move into Pisces. Mars is going to be with Venus in Pisces in your 7th house. Okay? The two cosmic lovebirds are going to be in your 7th house of commitments and union and relationships and part. Okay, so let's we'll talk about when we get to March. Okay, yeah. You're going to be fine. I feel like there's going to be something that is just really misunderstood. I think that you're going to have to just, again, explore, just think outside the box. That's what Uranus wants. Think outside the box. And again, it's in your 9th house. So a lot of the way that you also see yourself, right? The 9th house is like imparting wisdom too. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. So another like a wink and nod to relationships. You got the Knight in Shining Armor. There may be something here with relationships, partnerships, and again, love, creative partner, business partner, your mother-in-law. It doesn't matter. It's just, let's explore what this relationship is moving forward. Okay. It seems like a lot of y'all want, this really great relationship, sustainable for the long term. Okay. Uh, so that's really nice. I like that you got these 2 nights. Um, and it looks like you're, there can be this sense of you are seeking to be emotionally fulfilled. Yeah, there's, no cups here, but I love that right here. And then you have the wands, the 8 of wands. Really great. Your external factors area. Things are about to move really fast for you, but you can't get in your own way here. You can't, there's something that, you see the 2 columns here, right? The tower, and then in the moon, and then you see it's card 18. 1 + 8 = 9. The Hermit. The Hermit is your card, whose face is in the moon. Yeah. So let's do some introspection. That's what this is, right? Mercury retrograde in Pisces. A lot of reflection on a spiritual level. But you're going to have to, these are going to have to just, the towers have to crumble. And that's why I really like this. Up here, there may be something you're just like, what is happening? But again, the tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. There's something that maybe it's just too much, it was taking up too much headspace. 8 of wands, things are just going to move really fast for you. And the 8 of wands is great. It's just everything aligning for you, which is really nice. There's it's like spirited, this card. A lot of enthusiasm here. Again, they're just all aligning. And it looks like there's something that's going to land, something that you want, something that you've been seeking. It's really nice. Really nice. And then you have the 3 of cups. Yeah, you're seeking it. This, great company and celebrating the end of something, the beginning of something new is, even just all this joy, even if it's just celebrating life itself. Like, this is such a cheerful card, the 3 of cups. So you're definitely moving in that direction. And then you have that 4 of swords. So it does seem like a lot of things going on upstairs, okay? As you continue to pursue the things that you know are part of your path. But with the 4 of swords and your final outcome, take that time, okay? And that's a card of just rest and retreat and, stilling the mind, knowing you have all this comfort around you. And that's, your 3rd night. But, and as I said earlier, working on your chakras, your chi, your prana, all of that, having that spiritual moment as you take a moment to clear your mind. And I think that's why this is really great, because there are some things that are ending, and it could be in, ways that you just did not expect to. And that could be a little jarring this week. Yeah. But that's what would lead to the moon in your future. But you have to be able to face it's it's a full moon. Full moons illuminate, right? You're moving into the lunar eclipse in your sign. Full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in your sign. So there's something that, again, just it's up here. And as I always say, like, fear is fiction. We just make that up in our head. It doesn't exist. And so you have to believe it, okay? Because there's something here that you may have to work with. All right. I'll clarify that. Actually, let's see your what did you get? Okay. You're good. You have an archangel who popped out, Archangel Michael, who's telling you, "Hey, you're going to be good. You're going to be fine. I'm with you. Wherever you need to go, you'll get there. I'll make sure you get there. But you need to do something for me, okay? I don't want you to try to force anything to happen. I don't want you to not face things that you have to. I want you to just go down your path because you're going to be fine, all right? and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. Don't worry about your future. Don't worry about your past. There's going to be a lot that you're processing, and a lot of things are not going to make sense. And so that could, you know, make you want to flip over the tables, with Mercury being your ruler. But this is calm, collected, temperance, right? Self-restraint. You see the 2 cups, the water. There's a rhythm. There's a pace to it. Okay. And so when I say practice patience, I think that may be something here, but you're honestly, you're going to be fine. Just know that some things will truly end. Okay. And it just feels like for you to move forward, to face one last thing that you have to face. It might have to do with relationships and partnerships. All right. I was going to clarify that. But it brings that peace of mind when you do. Okay. Yeah. There it is. Yep. There it is. The 3 of Swords, which has to do with relationships, partnerships, usually, right? It's attributed to Saturn and Libra. And so it is a Libra card, which rules relationships. So there may be something here. There's a lot of emotional healing. When you do, it's done. Okay? It's done. You go straight from the 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. That peace of mind. Anyway, Virgo, thanks so much. Next week, we will get into it. We will talk about March. You have an eclipse in your sign. So, it's big. And a lot of other things happening. And then, yes, the bonus spread. We will look at the lunations and everything that there's a lot. Before we get to your lunar eclipse, tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join. We have so much fun. And if you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on, Virgo. Tell me what's going on. Yeah. All right. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.